us can be together forever through Heavenly Father's plan.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. Judge Tina Campbell still is refusing to make a decision. Many more lives are dying. It's interesting how all this hope, a vaccine's coming, and people are now starting to get vaccinated. Yay, it's over. And then they're telling us now, which we know if we're knowledgeable on the subject matter, as Chris Hayes, or was it Rachel? I think it was Rachel Maddow, who pointed out that a guy had talked about it as a fighting fire, that you can have a big, strong, powerful hose as a hoser, which I can relate to. I was a hoser up in Canada while I was getting my education up there. And but if you're dealing with a raging forest fire, your one little hose isn't going to do nothing. And that's what he said we're in. We have a raging coronavirus. And these initial vaccines are just similar to a little fire hose. And so we're not going to see any relief anytime soon, especially if we can't get the proper treatment for handling vaccine distribution. Fighting fires, there is a strategy to it. If you remember the fire up on Neff Mountain earlier this year, I witnessed that they circled around it in order to shut it down. That's the kind of strategy that's required for fighting this virus in metaphoric terms. And if they choose not to do that, well, yeah. But then Trump took away the water supply, so we just have the initial truckload of water as he canceled further supplies of the vaccine. And so we're not going to be able to get any more until after June, because the company had already made deals with other countries. So yeah, Trump purposely wants to burn America to the ground, metaphorically speaking, although literally with the fires that we had this past summer. And so, as the church is helping with this process, they help to spread and expand or increase can't remember the two words. It's spread and increase the virus by failing to shut down the church early, on time. When the first alert came out, the church should have said, we're closing, we're protecting Mormon lives. And if Trump tweets that the church needs to open back up, church needs to throw their $1 trillion backing behind themselves and say, no, Trump, you will do what we tell you to do. And Trump would have gone, okay, I'm sorry. They've got the power. They've got multi-trillion dollars of power. Trump caves to big business. He will cave to the church. The church just needs to exercise their power, and they didn't, and they caved instead, cowering and giving obeisance to Trump. And so they helped escalate. That's the word. Spread and escalate. And so as a result, they closed when everybody else closed, so that they can pretend to care just as equal as everybody else did, which was 0%. And so then Herbert opens up early. Oh, we got to get people back to church. And well, that was a bummer, huh? Oh, we got to get people back to school. Oops. Oh, we got to get businesses open. Oh, man. And we're not shutting down again. It's the one thing they knew to do. They were hesitant to do. They did it in the beginning, but now they're like, no, we're not doing it anymore. Screw you guys. And the church, they're going to phase 3 now. That's their big advertising push. Now that they've ground-broken billions of temples, which is a land grab scheme. If you know anything about capitalizing on disasters, the obtaining of land is one of them. That's why the church is doing all these temples, is it's a part of a land grab scheme. Has no interest in building Zion. They're just interested in obtaining land. And so now the church, with their extortion behind Herbert to open up too early, without getting this virus under control, without giving from the storage, without giving of their money, so that people can stay home rather than being threatened with their lives to go back to work and yet take care of kids at the same time. Yeah, they threw you guys into a conundrum. Because if your kids have to stay home because school's shut down, who's going to take care of the kids? And how are you going to go to work to pay to take care of your kids? They're purposely extorting you. And the church is part of this extortion scam. They don't care about you. And it's sickening that I'm the one who has to tell you this. But we're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel as apostles are going down with the sickness. And so, as many of you are single, looking for love in the LDS zombie Armageddon apocalypse, I myself thought, hey, I'll give OkCupid a try. I had to check to see what's new, and it still seems like OkCupid's the best, but nobody responds on OkCupid. And as I'm going through the physical appearance checklist, all the hotties are lushes. I can't get involved with a drunkard. I'm sorry. I know I'm so mean and bigoted. But you've never been through 2 marriages where the women were abusive without being drunks. To have a marriage where the woman is a drunk, oh dear God, there will be no safety for my soul. But yet, for some reason, women are seeking comfort in my videos, more so than men now. I think that's mostly because the men are dead. Somehow the women survived, even though in the beginning it was showing that the women were coming down with the sickness further. The cougars, those who are 55 and older to 64, are the ones who demonstrate that they're listening more to me. Aw, mother figures. Which yeah, this is the age range. Which seems weird to talk about it this way and kind of funny, but so the jailbait, those who are 35 to 44, that's a more equal footing on who's listening to me, both men and women. But views, the jailbait 35 to 44-year-olds, the women dominate in coming to my videos now, as well as the cougars 55 to 64. What's interesting is not too many people my age are coming to my channel anymore, which used to be much higher. So I've lost my peers. I guess the women know me. You don't know me. I didn't grow up in Utah. So yeah, I don't quite understand why you guys are watching, why you're choosing to watch, and why you're not choosing to watch. But those who are not choosing to watch are not here, so I can't be talking to you. So, very interesting. Yeah, we are looking at a complete and utter genocide. Because if we can't recover, if we can't get breeding going again, which, interestingly enough, being a drunk is biblical. Noah, after the flood, got drunk. Oh God, I never want to go through that again. But because he went and got drunk, there was some incident with Ham in which he then punished Canaan for having something to do with nudity. And then the other immediate one that I recognize for drunkenness after Armageddon was Lot. He leaves Sodom, his wife turns back, turns into a pillar of salt, and so his two daughters get him drunk. Have two kids with him. Oh dear God. So yes, drinking and sexuality seem to go hand in hand. But how do you do it during a viral pandemic, a zombie apocalypse? Oh, guys. They're never gonna free us. They're purposely gonna run us into the ground. Everybody is waiting for Trump to make his move to prevent Biden from taking office. Because Trump knows he's going to prison for the rest of his life. He's not going to be able to escape by getting lawyers. I mean, his lawyers are just getting trounced on for just this election scam that he's trying to pull off. Yeah, we're all anticipating he's going to pull some big event that will make things very miserable for everybody. So I am kind of interested that people are coming to my True Mormon Christ birth date and place video. It's got 70 so far, and it's not even a full day yet. 4 likes, plus the 2 Russians who put the thumbs down. I don't know why you guys bother. You're not giving me my quid pro quo of another Steven Seagal movie. Because it's interesting. They know now. It's established. They know I know them. They know that nobody else sees them. And yet they still do it. Consistently. Sort of. They're getting kind of lazy in these later times, but yeah. They purposely are letting me know that they're still there. They're watching the lawsuit for the church because they have an investment in the church, as they bribe the church to do their will. And Nelson is doing it to a T. So, alright. Man, I'm waking up early. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. But it's also interesting that nobody is commenting. People are just watching and listening, not commenting. Those jailbaits and the cougars. Good listeners. Alrighty. I think I've covered the updates. This Friday, well, the 14th has something. That's the total solar eclipse down at the southern border end. And Ventus guy was at first showing a tornado for Independence, Missouri, and Adamandiaman, but it's since been canceled. I mean, we still have the cold front that's coming down, mixing with the warm front from the south, but yeah, it's not getting the full formation going. Now it's down in Tulsa, Oklahoma City. See there now. We got something on Saturday near Chicago. So it misses Independence, Missouri now. And that's interesting. We got a cold front from the south in Utah. Huh. That's weird. I guess it's sort of warming where we should be all blue. We're getting green instead. But Friday, yeah, that's colder. My goodness. So yeah, still no word on Renland. Something's going wrong if it's taking longer for the church to report his condition now. So, well, you better watch out. You better scream and shout. I'm telling you why. The church is trying to murder you. And I'm the only one trying to save your life, and people are pissed. No, we're not listening to you, Travis. Church is true. It's true. I'm holding another fast because it's gonna work. Fasting's gonna work, and I'm gonna be grateful for it. It's gonna work. I'm gonna be cured. Yeah. I can't believe how Mormons got suckered into this. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up as a smart aleck. Rebel. Sarcastic rebel. But that's what happens when you have parents who are white supremacist Mormon Nazis. You get kids who think they're privileged.